My name is Mike Anderson. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you're a recurring listener, then welcome back to the channel. Really excited for this video because virtual assistants are a very hot topic right now, but a lot of people are jumping into getting a virtual assistant way too soon and they're just not prepared. So these are the three key factors to having a successful onboarding with your virtual assistant. So let's take a look. When I break down the three most important aspects of the onboarding process and making sure that your virtual assistant is prepared for success, there's three different things I look at. It's systems, training, and support. And that all leads to a successful virtual assistant. So what we're going to do is break down these three sectors into a little bit of detail so that you can understand why this is so important to understand. So, systems. When it comes to systems, the first thing that you need is a proven. You need to have a proven system before you bring on a virtual assistant. A lot of people think, I need to outsource my lead generation because I'm not getting results, and if I get a virtual assistant, I'll start to get results. And that's a flawed way of thinking. You need to validate the system yourself and then delegate. Test, validate, delegate. That's one of the biggest things when it comes to virtual assistants. So you need to have a proven system, and then once you have that proven system, you need to write SOPs up. So you need to write an SOP for that process, a standard operating procedure. And you need to be very detailed with this SOP and super simple, like a first grader could read it. And that's not because these virtual assistants aren't capable of reading something that's more complex, but you need to make it simple, because if you want it to be done a specific way, then you need to detail that specific way. If you don't add any necessary details that are extremely necessary for the process to run, then you'll run into a circumstance where you're not getting the results that you want, and you'll feel like it's the virtual assistant's fault, when in reality, it's yours. So, proven system, SOP the system, and then you need to walk through. And this could be, the walkthrough phase could be considered training too. But basically what you want to do is you want to really have the virtual assistant understand the importance of their job, the importance of what they do. So if you walk them through the whole system, for instance, let's say that you're hiring somebody for lead generation. Obviously, lead generation is extremely important because in order to scale your business, you need consistent lead flow. Everybody knows it, it's a fact. So that in itself, that makes them understand that their job is very important. But then when you paint the big picture with a walkthrough of the system, highlighting the fact that, our outreach, let's say, our outreach will lead to more booked calls, which leads to more revenue, and then painting the picture that when we do have more revenue, when we do have this process that's validated and creating the results that we want to see, that gives you the opportunity to go from a lead generation specialist to an assistant or a manager. Painting that picture of what the whole system looks like, walking them through the whole system, why it's so important, and the growth that they can have within that system is vitally important in motivating that employee. So keep in mind. Now we're going to get into training. When it comes to training, a lot of people just think, I hired somebody, they already have experience, I'll just, give them a couple assets and call it a day. And this is just not true. So for the training aspect, what you want to do is, if it's your first virtual assistant, you actually want to work with them for the first hour or two of their day in order to show them the process from your perspective. Walk them through the perspective. And Loom is a very good resource to record screen recording videos and be able to send them to your employees so that they can watch them and understand. But it's also important to have that one-on-one contact, that one-on-one communication, which I'll get into next. But when it comes to training, you want to have that one-on-one training. That one-on-one training of the system so that they can understand it from your perspective. And then once you get a virtual assistant who flourishes at their position, let's say it's a lead gen, and they do really, really good, and then you have to hire another lead gen specialist to take over their job and promote the other one. Well, now you're in a position where that first virtual assistant can train your second. So when you are getting your first virtual assistant, it's important to implement a one-on-one training system. But moving forward, you're able to leverage other virtual assistants to do the training process for you. I recommend course style training. The reason why I recommend course style training is because they can actually watch all these videos. They can do, they can do some workflow stuff, some stuff to get them accustomed to what they're going to be doing. You can do some testing to be able to test that they understand the information, and it just helps streamline the process so that you don't have to do too much one-on-one. You can just do an hour or so and then give them access to a course. So I think that's really beneficial, is a virtual assistant training program for your business. So systems training. So systems, proven system, SOP that system, and then the walkthrough to have them understand the importance of the position that they are now working in and their growth that they can get out of that position. And then next, you want to have the training with the one-on-one training, have that hour-long or 2-hour-long session where you're diving deep into you doing the process if it's your first virtual assistant. If it's somebody that you're hiring to replace somebody else, have the person that's currently working in the position do the one-on-one training for you. And then develop some sort of course around the virtual assistant program and around the SOP. Make it super easy, video walkthroughs, and boom, you're done with that process. So now you've got the system, you've got the training taken care of, and now it's time for the support. This is the most important aspect of bringing on a virtual assistant, is the support. And what I highly recommend is to use Slack as your communication channel. Have a separate Slack channel for your virtual assistant team and be able to have them have an open line of communication to you. It's very important that your virtual assistants trust that you will help them when they need help. So one of the biggest things I can say is communication is extremely important with virtual assistants so that you guys can develop a relationship. The more that you develop a relationship with your team members and with your virtual assistants, the more they're going to do anything that you need them to do in order to push the business forward. And that's what we've seen with our team, is we have created such a strong culture of people who care about each other within our team that now our virtual assistants, if we need something to get done, they are all over helping us out. So I can't stress enough how important the support is. So when it comes to support, you want to have the Slack channel, and then you want to have daily check-ins. And then you want to have team meetings. So, but our lead generation team, because they are managed by our head VA, we actually do only 2 meetings with our full team. We do Monday and Friday that has full team. Every single team member on our team is on that call. And then Wednesdays are just with our VA assistant. Tuesday and Wednesdays are just with a different department outside of our VA team. So between these 3 things, systems, trainings, and support, you will be ready for a virtual assistant. Until you have those things in place, you are not ready for a virtual assistant. So I hope this was super valuable. Make sure to like this video, comment on this video, subscribe for more information on virtual assistants, because this is going to be a big topic that I start talking about. So appreciate you checking it out, and we'll catch you next time.